Welcome in to another video with A Spiral and Brother. We're back. I promised another mock draft with him, and he's back. Luckily, we have his presence on this beautiful Monday.
Yeah, his ball knowledge over the weekend was really bad.
Pretty rough.
Yeah. I
Not
would
gonna
say
lie.
I'm the better ball knowledge of us two.
He does have a better memory than I do.
Yeah. Half photographic, what can I say? Anyway, we're doing a 2026 mock draft again. We're gonna have a few changes, especially with some big names.
That's the point
Um,
of this. That's the point of this, though,
yeah.
right?
Showing what ideas could be out there for certain teams to um, take a shot on someone or let someone slide.
Yeah. You can go first.
Oh wait, you did go first last time.
Yeah, you got it.
Fernando Mendoza. It's him until it's not. I don't
But
really.
it's him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't move away from this.
Number 2, David Bailey.
See, you were clowning on me the last time.
I know. And so here's my thought process on David Bailey going edge. He was the most productive. As much as I do have gripes with some of his bend and some of his ability, his lack of bend being more of a speed guy. As I said power, I meant speed. His lack of power
Mm.
with it can be a little not my. I would take a super bendy power guy who has no speed moves or a super bendy speed guy. I do not like super stiff edges. I just think they're a lot harder to project getting better with their hands. Or it's hard to project better bend than it is better hand placement and stuff like that. So yeah, David Bailey most productive, and I can see the Jets just wanting, a high level defensive player.
At 3, uh, Francis Mauigoa. With the Cardinals still unsure about the quarterback position, which I'm assuming they'll take next year because they're probably going to be bad again. Resigning James Conner was odd to me. I don't know why they did that, but if the new coach can come in and do what he wants, then I think they go tackle, shore up the offensive line, have two stud tackles with him and Paris Johnson Jr. for the next year quarterback that's coming in, which is a much better draft class for quarterbacks than this year. I think that they need to get that figured out first, and then they can attack defense later in the draft, and then next year go quarterback first round, and then more defense in the offseason too.
The 1-2 punch of him and Algier is going to be really good.
I do like Algier a lot,
And I think that 1-2 punch with I think the 1-2 punch with Lafleur, Matt, right? Or is it Mike?
Mike.
Mike Lafleur. They run the ball at the highest clip the Lafleurs do, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's just like Matt and runs the ball a lot. So having two pretty good running backs doesn't surprise me. Here at number 4, what about Sonny Styles here?
Interesting.
Defensive guy like Robert Saleh. You're telling me he has the potential to get the next Fred Warner in how athletic and downhill and intelligent this guy plays. It seems like he wants it. It seems like a really good fit with Robert Saleh's defense.
And he can't really go wrong any sided or anyone here on defense with him, Arvell Reese, or like Caleb Downs, Ruben Bain, someone like that. Here at number 5, if he's going to be there, the Giants are going to take him. I mean, Harbaugh's been known to be able to move players around in proper places and make the best out of both worlds, like you saw with Kyle Hamilton. And Arvell Reese, the questions are we don't know if he's going to be an edge or if he's going to be a full time anywhere. He could be off ball, he could be edge, and that's the versatility that he brings. That's why he's a high end prospect, but he's a freak athlete, and Giants defense needs quite a bit. I do think they brought back McFadden.
Yeah, they did bring back Micah McFadden. Um,
um,
they have Tremaine Edmonds, but I think getting Arvell Reese in there would be a really good fit.
mm-hmm.
Here at number 6, I think I've done it before, but I think Vega Ioane could be the second best player in this draft at the offensive line position.
Yeah,
He is such a good offensive lineman, and I saw this thing talking about interior offensive linemen that look like Blastoise and
big man Blastoise.
big man Blastoise, and I think both him and Emmanuel Pregnon fit into that interior offensive lineman mold where they're just maulers that look like a Blastoise running around there, and I think he's a good fit in what Todd Monken's offense would be.
Yeah, Todd Monken hasn't had a good guard in his entire career with with the Ravens, so I guess we'll see how he does with Veguiwane, which I think he might be one of the best guard prospects we've seen since Quentin Nelson. He's a freak. Here at number 7, I'm tempted to go Jeremiah Love, but I don't. I think there's more pressing needs, so I think Ruben Bain goes here.
Interesting.
I think Dan Quinn can make the best out of him, even if he has short arms. He uses it very well. He gets good leverage and he kind of just bodies people up. He's that strong. He's that big. And there's been trade talks of teams trade or there's been trade talks of Deron Payne moving. So maybe he could play D tackle and D end. And I think Dan Quinn can make him either.
Number 8 with the Saints. I think Makai Lemon could go here and play the slot role. You already have. They traded for Devon Vele, who's a big deep threat receiver. You have a great route runner in Chris Olave, and I think Makai Lemon would just fit in and be another wide receiver for Tyler Shuck to really, show what he's got in year 2. And they did sign Travis Etienne. He's a great dump off wide receiver. They still have Kamara, so it seems like they're really going to go all in on this offense. And I think that, they probably don't need safety or corner, which is the two positions that are here at the top, still available. So why not just continue with offense with how much is there?
Mm-hmm. It was a bit shocking how much Etienne got paid. That's all I'll say is he got paid quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
From what I saw in the contract details, though, it ends up being a pretty reasonable deal if they were to like cut him or trade him after 3 years or after 2.5, whatever it is.
I hope Kamara doesn't retire because I love
I
Alvin
love
Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
But here at number 9, there's a lot of places I could go. I'm gonna go Monroe Freeling. The tackle play has been bad. Juwan Taylor. Yep, Juwan Taylor went somewhere else, or they cut him.
They cut him.
They cut him. So with Monroe Freeling, he's just the best true tackle in this draft. He moves really well. And why not protect Pat Mahomes when he gets back and protect whoever's Justin Fields. Why not protect Justin Fields until Pat Mahomes gets back? And that's the reason you're paying Pat Mahomes for the next 5 years, I think, because he got a 10-year deal,
Which is crazy.
which is wild. That's stuff you see in baseball, but you got to protect Pat Mahomes for as long as you can. They just re-signed Travis Kelce to a 3-year, I want to say 20-30 mil deal, which is a little bit low, but they re-signed Travis Kelce for 3 years. He'll be almost 40 by the time that
3 years.
yeah.
That was a 1 year.
You need to protect him. You could say DB, but I think they can find that later in the draft when a player like Monroe Freeling is right here.
Here for the Bengals, I think you just take the best defensive player available, and that's Caleb Downs. Mansour Delane ran an insane 40, but I still think their corners are better than their safeties, and I think Caleb Downs is better than Mansour Delane. So I think it just kind of, makes sense that they would go safety in this position. I like Caleb Downs. He's a very good player, and he will be a good fit in a horrible Bengals defense.
Yeah, let's hope it's not another Jordan Battle incident. I like Jordan Battle out of college.
I did too.
And just has been pretty bad because he has no pass rush help besides Trey Hendrickson now on the Ravens. And he didn't have a corner help until DJ Turner. And linebackers were the worst in the NFL. I liked I kind of like Demetrius Knight, but he was old. He missed a lot of tackles. Same with um, the dude from Clemson. What was his name? Barrett. And Caleb Downs can easily fill that slot that they need secondary help bad. Here at 11, Dolphins. I think they go Carnell Tate.
I can absolutely see this one happening, especially with the Jaylen Waddle trade that just
And
happened.
they have the 30th, which I think they can go DB, they can go offensive line.
Yeah.
But when a player like Carnell Tate's still available, him and Mekhi Lemon are close for number 1 and number 2, in my mind. But
I'd say the only reason Jordan Tyson isn't closer is because of injury history.
yeah, and he's been falling in a lot of people's mock drafts lately.
Yeah.
But Carnell Tate here at 11.
Cowboys, cornerback, it's a good fit. I think Mansour Delane is, the best corner, barring Jermod McCoy coming back and playing like he did in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Delane looks awesome, fitting in next to Duron Bland and the rest of that. Now I think potentially really good Cowboys defense with the moves they've made this offseason.
Yeah.
It looks like they could like legitimately be all in, comma, my ass.
What?
Do you not know about the Skip Bayless tweet?
No.
Oh, dude. Okay.
I'm not on Twitter like you are, bro.
Oh, dude. Okay, so last year Jerry Jones said we're all in this year after they made like no offseason moves, and Skip Bayless tweeted all in my ass.
Oh yeah, and he didn't put a comma. I do remember that now. Yeah, I do remember that now. And then everyone started flaming him, and then he had to. Yeah,
and he
yeah.
edited it and added the comma and said, "Wow, this comma is really carrying the load." Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I could also see a Dylan Thieneman in here.
Yeah,
Crazy enough, but
I don't think safety is nearly as much of a need for them.
and here's why I'm glad you went Mansour Delane. He showed out at his pro day. He played great. Being an LSU fan, I watched it. His cuts are so quick. He doesn't need time to turn around or to go from sideline to sideline. And you're in a 4.38. That's insane.
Here at 13 with the Rams pick, I think that a wide receiver is needed, and Jordan Tyson's jump ball ability is just it's like he's kind of like Devonte Adams.
Yeah.
And so I think with Devonte Adams being on the end of his career, it would just be kind of a 1-for-1 swap, and you will get them together for 1, maybe even 2 years with Stafford end of his career too. So I think Jordan Tyson easily could be the best wide receiver in this class, as long as he stays healthy.
Yep. I could also see a tackle.
Yep. I could see a guy with versatility like Fano.
Yeah. And that's actually where I'm gonna go with the Ravens pick. He was training at the combine at all 5 positions, which is crazy. I think he could stick a tackle, but if the Ravens want to move him to center, he looked pretty decent at it at the combine. But I think he could be a stud guard. The Ravens did sign the Colts backup center.
Didn't they sign Simpson too?
Yeah, they signed John Simpson to be the left guard for 2 or 3 years, and he played with them in 2023. Played good, but he was on the Jets for the past 2 years. So Spencer Fano here at 14.
The more I've been looking into and seeing stuff about the edge, the less I like the other edges, like Mesidor and Falk and Cassius Howell and TJ Park. Like, I really wouldn't be surprised if these edges slide down the board. And I think at linebacker, CJ Allen is a really good option. I think the drop off for linebacker from CJ Allen to the next linebacker, which I believe is probably Rodriguez. I personally think Rodriguez is really good, but it really seems like NFL GMs are not valuing him as highly as other people, and I really don't think that Rodriguez goes in the first round. Dude, we did this last time. Their safeties aren't that
Exactly.
bad.
Jermon McCoy. They need cornerback. No longer have Sauce Gardner, who, when healthy, could be a top 3 corner. So I think Jermon McCoy has that upside to be a top 10 corner in the NFL. Call me crazy, but his tape is that good. He's just got to get healthy, and I think the Jets can take a swing on him. Same with David Bailey at 2. And he's a lanky guy. He's quick off the breaks, and he's got good hands, good ball awareness, so that he's not getting flagged, and he's just got to get healthy. And I think he could be an elite caliber cornerback.
I'm really here between an O lineman and Akeem Mesidor. I think Akeem Mesidor fits the Lions' defensive line scheme, but I really do think that them taking a tackle, and I'm going to go Caden Proctor just for his potential to play both inside and out. They really just need help on their O line. The moves that they've made this off season so far haven't seemed to really prioritize it. So I wonder if they're really thinking that they're going to be drafting O line heavy in this draft.
Signing Isaiah Pacheco was odd. I know they, I know he loves to have a second power back, and Pacheco's surprisingly fast. Not really game speed, but he ran a fast 40. He ran a sub 4.4. But Caden Proctor, I think he can slide into guard just fine. But I think he'll start out at left tackle because Taylor Decker's gone.
Yeah.
Realistically, Jeremiah Love would not be here. I think a team trades up around this area from 10 to 15 to get him. A team like maybe the Steelers, Vikings, or maybe
Texans.
no, Texans
Oh
just
yeah,
traded
they
for
just
Montgomery.
traded for Montgomery.
Maybe even the Seahawks.
Yeah,
I could see them trading up here, but the Seahawks just signed everyone. They signed Charles Cross and what's his name, JSN. They still need to sign
JSN just
Witherspoon,
signed a massive deal.
42.5
Is
a
he
year.
top? Is he the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed that would happen.
But yeah, if he's gonna be here and this is how the board falls, Jeremiah Love to the Vikings. The
Would
run
be
game,
scary.
yeah, their run game has been pitiful for the past 3 years. Just
And I think having if Jeremiah Love were to be the number one and having Aaron Jones to be a change of pace, like he's a great receiver.
he is.
He just gets injured, and I think if you were to take the workload off, he could be such a positive on a team that has a true number one.
And Jeremiah Love's great out of the backfield too, but he's a true bell cow 3 down back. Can do anything you want. He can run someone over. He can jump over them, and he can moss them if you need him to.
Yeah, here at 19, Panthers are going to go next best available O lineman, and Blake Miller is definitely that. I forgot Ike Ekwonu tore his patellar tendon in the playoffs, and Taylor Moton is getting old. I think that O linemen always go. There's always more O linemen that go in the first round than expected, and I think this is one of those unexpected first round players that goes is a O lineman to the Panthers.
I can't say I've watched too much film of Blake Miller, just because of how bad that Clemson team was. None of them played how they should have, or at least their potential could have been. 20. Yeah, I think they go Akeem Mesidor. He's the best overall pass rusher left. Keldrick Falk, great run stopper. Cassius Howell, great pass rusher. Bad at the opposite of it. And Akeem Mesidor's, I would say he's a pretty decent run stopper, and he's pretty strong. He's just old, but I think Cowboys just need more help for the edge position. Ezra Aku played very well in his limited snaps last year, and getting him to finish the D line for the Cowboys is huge for that defense, and Cowboys defense is starting to look a little scary. I could also see like a TJ Parker or a if CJ Allen's still there, I could see that too.
So here at 21, I last time projected Emmanuel McNeil Warren here, and I still like the fit, but I don't like. I like the fit if they hadn't gone and signed Jaquan Brisker. I think McNeil Warren and Jaquan Brisker are probably very similar styles, both downhill box safeties that hit hard and play the run well. So I believe that honestly, I could see them trading out of this pick just to get more, but with their positioning, I can absolutely see them going a guy like Max Iannaccio. I think he's got the potential to be an exceptional offensive lineman in the NFL. He has
And
such
stick
great
at
hands
tackle.
and stick at tackle. He's got such great hands and such great footwork.
Yeah.
I think that he is going to be one of the next kind kind of slept on going into it, but Max Iannaccio is definitely one of my draft, um, like my
Sleepers.
draft darling sleepers in the first round.
Yeah, honestly, I can. His play style is kind of similar to Tristan Wirfs,
Yes,
where
dude,
they're big, but they have great
they're
footwork and
very
great
nimble.
hands, and they're
Yep.
nimble for how big they are.
I think Tristan Wirfs, Penei Sewell, and Max Iannaccio are like all in the same like prototypical body type
Yeah,
of like
Panay Sewell and
right
Tristan
a
Wirfs are
right
obviously
tackle.
way better, and I don't
Yes,
think he'll be that. He can,
maybe
but
we don't know, but that as projection of a ceiling to get to one of those guys would be awesome for them.
here for the Chargers, biggest need is offensive line. They need it bad. Manuel
He's
Pregnon's the best guard left.
and he's a Blastoise.
He is a Blastoise. He's a big dude.
He's a Blastoise.
He's huge. Shoring up the offensive line just makes Justin Herbert's job easier for the lasers he likes to throw. He doesn't really layer the ball.
No.
I made this comparison when we were watching the Chargers in the playoffs. I said the Chargers or Justin Herbert likes to laser the ball, and um, Drake May likes to layer the ball way too much. I said if they combined to make one quarterback, it would be Tom Brady.
Here at 23, with them re-signing Dallas Goddard, and literally, I feel like they signed 3 or 4 different tight ends. It really seems like they're going to go an edge rusher, and so it comes down to do they want a run-stopping edge or a pass rushing edge? They are going to value the pass rushing ability of Cassius Howell, and just with their lack of pass rush from the edge, I think they really are just looking for the guy who's going to just right away be the most productive with the highest potential, and I think that's Cassius Howell.
Shout out to Jordan Davis for getting paid, but my goodness, he was overpaid. The highest paid nose tackle of all time. He's making 30 mil, almost near 40. I want to say
Yeah.
it was like
Uh,
32.
yeah. I
Like,
think
yeah,
it
he
was
had a
like
great year, but be on the lookout for
Jordan
Jalen Carter
for a
getting
Jalen
traded.
Carter trade. Yep.
Jeez. We went Vega Ioane. I think they go Omar Cooper here. Um, they need wide receiver help bad, even if it's a quarterback battle between Shadur and who did they sign?
What?
Who did they sign? Stefanski signed someone.
Stefanski's not their head coach.
You're right.
That's
Anyway,
why I was confused. You're thinking of Tua to the Falcons.
yeah, that's still odd to me, but whatever.
He
He
likes
likes
his
his lefties,
turrets. He likes his turrets, man.
whatever that means.
Stands in the pocket, throws the ball, doesn't move.
Sure.
Got
Omar,
that. Got a sentry gun.
nice bro. Omar Cooper here at 24 makes the most sense. Surprisingly quick. I didn't think he was going to run that fast at the combine. Uh, Browns need just kind of everything on offense besides running back. Um, so after getting Vega Ioane makes it a little bit easier to go for a wide receiver. Don't be surprised if Chris Bell could go somewhere around this late first round, or someone like where is he? I don't know where he is.
Oh,
Jacoby Lane. I'm a huge Jacoby Lane fan. Seeing him at the combine, he watches everything and he's got sticky hands. But Omar Cooper here can kind of do it all. He's just, hopefully, he's just what Jerry Jeudy could have been.
mm-hmm. Here at 25, safety fell. Dylan Thieneman to the Bears is a perfect fit.
Perfect
He's
fit.
a great safety. He'll fit it right in the Dennis Allen defense. I think him with Dennis Allen is going to be a perfect fit. It really just, if he falls or Emmanuel McNeil Warren falls, I really see either of those safeties going to the Bears if they get to here.
26. I could possibly see an O lineman, but I think they go defense. Getting DJ Moore, cool, whatever. Bill signed Bradley Chubb, cool,
Yeah,
whatever.
wild.
Like they did, it's the same thing they're gonna do with that they did with Joey Bosa. Like, oh, he was good once.
Yeah.
So I think they go safety.
I do too.
The safety play hasn't been good for a couple of years now. Taylor Rapp was fine. Cole Bishop, okay. But I think a long, lanky dude like Emmanuel McNeil Warren could bring that secondary back to being solid. They do need a little bit more corner help. Um, Linebacker, Matt Milano and whoever their other linebackers, I can't remember his name, but they just need defensive side of the ball.
I also think McNeil Warren helps him out in the run game
Oh yeah,
with
yeah,
his downhill ability, which is what they struggled with a lot.
yeah. Their run game was not great last year.
49ers here on the board. I think TJ Parker is a really good fit going opposite of Nick Bosa, who's going to be coming back from an ACL tear. I know they just drafted Michael Williams, and I think he's also,
Just off an ACL
yeah,
tear.
he also, like, they both are just coming off ACL tears. I think getting another edge. I mean, look at what teams like the Rams, the Texans, the Giants, who all have extremely good defensive lines, do. They have more than just two good edge rushers. They have multiple, and they cycle them in so that they're always fresh.
Yeah.
I don't see why the 49ers, who already have an old defense, don't try to get younger and get in some new blood and have a good edge who's pretty good all around, like TJ Parker.
Uh, y'all need to pray for Mike Evans and his legs. Yeah, that substation's got to go, man. But shout out to him for getting paid. Texans here, I think it's O line. So Caleb Lomu could stay at tackle, but also can move into guard just fine. He moves better than I thought he would, for being his size. He's not as versatile as Spencer Fano, but Caleb Lomu can definitely move into guard, and you got to protect CJ Stroud uh, if they're going to keep him as their quarterback for the next 2 years.
So Casey went O line in the first. We have corner like Avion Terrell and an edge like Keldrick Falk. I think it kind of just comes down to what they value more, a corner that could be a lockdown and replace the two that they just lost, or the edge pressure that they've been missing. If you look at the edges remaining right now, I think there's plenty of guys who can give you pass rush help, especially a guy like Joshua Josephs, even Romello Height.
I kind of dude. I've been liking Romello Height more and
And so
more.
I think that down the board they'll look to do that. Whereas if you look at the corners, I also think the corner class is quite deep. But I think Avion Terrell to the next few guys, other than maybe D'Angelo Pons, I think Avion Terrell is like far and away better. So I think Avion Terrell is the pick here for the Chiefs to replace the two corners they just lost.
Dolphins again. We went
Wide receiver.
Carnell Tate.
I don't even think it would be crazy if they went two.
No, I think they go Kenyon Sadiq.
Ooh.
I don't really know who their tight end is right now because they cut Jonnu Smith.
Darren
Oh,
Waller.
so they have Darren. Really?
I
Was
thought
he under
was,
contract?
I thought he was. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe they don't have a tight end. It doesn't say they need one, but
But why not get Malik Willis as much help as he can?
look that up. Jamie, look that up.
You're right.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a good spot.
Kenyon Sadiq, I like it. Who's their OC now? Or who's their offensive play caller?
No idea.
I don't even know, but
Nagy? No, Nagy is the Giants OC.
yeah.
That's
Bad look for the
crazy.
Giants.
That's
Feel
a
bad for
bad
them.
luck.
But Kenyon Sadiq, freak athlete. He kind of put him anywhere. Him and Carnell Tate coming in and immediately making this offense way better. Like playmaking wise. You got rid of everyone they're going to throw to. You signed Tutu Atwell and
I actually like the Tutu Atwell signing.
yeah, but like
As a
who else?
downfield threat, I think Malik Willis could utilize that. But no, I agree.
You need
I think Sadiq would be a good fit in Miami to help out Willis. Here at 31, New England Patriots. I think they just picked their highest rated D lineman. Caleb Banks just re-hurt his foot at his pro day, which instantly takes him off of my board for a top first two rounds. It's the same nagging foot injury at a guy who's that big, being 6'6", 330. As athletic as he is, if your feet and your lower bodies can't stay healthy at that big, you're almost doomed from the start. I think taking an extremely young player like Keldrick Falk to learn from Vrabel and learn Vrabel's defense. He's not even 20 or what? He just turned 20, right?
No, he's 20. He's turning 21.
He turns 21 during the season.
Yeah.
Like he is not he is extremely young. They're going to have him for a long time. I think he can come in and instantly fit into that Mike Vrabel defense.
32. This is where it gets interesting. Don't love much left.
I think a guy like Zion Young would fit great.
Uh,
Zion Young, Brandon Cisse, like those two guys, I think would fit exceptional well.
no.
Yep, that's a good
Keep
pick.
keep the secondary good. The D line played great. Get out of here. D line played great. Um,
What they only lost Boye Mafe, right?
they lost Boye Mafe. Oh, D line wise, yeah.
Yeah.
But they lost.
Woolen.
They lost Woolen. They lost Kobe Bryant,
Yep.
and maybe one more.
No, they
Job.
No, they re-signed Job.
Okay, but I think they need to keep that secondary solid. D'Angelo Pons, he's honestly kind of like a Witherspoon.
Dude, he's so good.
He is good. He's a little undersized though.
He's a little, but sometimes he's the exception, not the rule. You know what I mean? Like he's so good for his size, and I think I think everything that he's good at will translate right away.
Yeah. But I don't know what they're gonna do for running back. They needed to pay who they got done. Still need to pay Spoon, but D'Angelo Pons, I think they just need to keep that secondary solid. Takes a little bit more pressure off of the D line, but I'm curious to see what they do with running back.
Yeah, I actually think there's plenty of running backs on this board that they would be willing to sit right next into Charbonnet. I think the running back from Arkansas would be a perfect fit with how fast he was. It's literally like another Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, I think, could fit, just like they already had. But that's just the opinion of some ball knowers. See you later.